It's Week 16 of the 2025 season, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He's been guided by his field vision all season and has seen his way to 5th in the league in rushing. It's the Eagles and the Giants, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Oh, some strong running.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. You talk about this Giant defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did. But he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw is Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
On the return, Jackson, 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
On the give, it's Tracy. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Wilson.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he will have a Giants first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. In motion right is Robinson.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 61 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. Give them 18 on the play.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And New York set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
Now this thrown deep for Slayton.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Giants.
Darius Slayton.
69 yards.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And they love to find different ways to get into the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This short throw caught by Goddard. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Seven, our score after 1. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jihaad Dotson.
26 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Jihaad with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Wilson.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Wilson.
Once again, he finds Slayton.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They go play action with Wilson.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here's Wilson to throw.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Play action. Now Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They go play action now. Wilson.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And of course this a critical game in regards to not just the division race but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. looking to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Now Hurts going to keep it running left.
Broken tackle. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They go play action with Hurts.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Here's Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Wilson.
He's got Slayton on the slant.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 3rd down, here's Tracy.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. With it is Jackson. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Hurts, just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Now it's Wilson.
That's caught left side by Neighbors.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll hand it to Tracy.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Motioning to the left is Robinson. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Jordan Davis in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
He dumps it off to Barkley. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the 3rd quarter. Another big play right there.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. This is caught by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Here's Tracy.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll go again with Tracy. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Wilson.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Throwing on second down. Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Throwing on second and long.
Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
On the option left, it's Hurts.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now back to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And New York set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
This offense so far on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
He stiff arms him. A solid stiff arm. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They keep it with Barkley on first down.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Second down and 6 now.
They're going to look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Here's Wilson.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. To throw is Wilson.
He's got Slayton on the slant.
And he's brought down. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
On the run is Tracy. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Right back to Tracy.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 36.
3rd down and 1.
Wilson.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Wilson.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Wilson.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point.
Now 2nd and 5.
Barkley, inside handoff. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll go to Barkley again. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson.
That's caught left side by Neighbors.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The end result, 21 yards. CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means his career now as memorable as John Elway's, and that's a pretty significant accomplishment.
Man, what an accomplishment it is. Congratulations. And he's still doing it. Still doing it at a high level. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
Here's Wilson.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the Eagles, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.